Hi, I'm Cybergirl O, host of Real Biz and SL, one of the business shows on slcn.tv. I explored the amazing virtual Africa and Robben Island to see how Uthango Social Investments is bringing Africa into Second Life. Tune in to see the entire half-hour show on slcn.tv or download a video podcast at iTunes. But for now, let's go right to 5 questions in 5 minutes, where every week I put a company or organization representative in our hot seat to see how Second Life is really working for them. Hello and welcome back. We're in the Real Biz and SL studios for 5 questions in 5 minutes. I have Dorette Steenkamp, also known as Alanagh Recreant, of Uthango Social Investments, here in the hot seat. I'm going to pose some questions, and she's going to feel that fire lighting under her to answer away. Let's start with number 1. Are you ready, Alanagh?
Cybergirl, you make it sound like a competition.
Well, I want it to be like a clock going tick, 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 tick to make the guest a little bit anxious. Okay. But I know we're here to have fun.
I'm ready. What do I win? What do I win?
You win. Let's see. We're going to start with question number 1, investment. What kind of investment is your company making in Second Life?
I think social investment and human resource investment, infrastructure, and in training. That's in a nutshell.
Right now it's the people power. The people power more than...
It's the people power, but it's very much also infrastructure, because we had to, when I came in world, I struggled on a laptop, and we had to get a decent computer. We had to upgrade the bandwidth. We had to get a good connection. So there was some infrastructure investment, and then we had to train some of our staff, and there was training of community members as well about Second Life so that they can participate in the content creation. Although they don't come in world, we have focus groups that are out of this world, to use that phrase.
out of this in world. Well, question number 2. Yep. Question number 2 is ROI, return on investment. What kind of return on your investment, then, are you seeing here?
Look, the biggest return on investment for us that we've discovered as we went along was the new relationships. We have managed to hook up with companies that we wouldn't have been able to do if we weren't here. So I think we hooked up with individuals, professionals, and companies, and created very, very good linkages and exposure for ourselves as a company. As I said, we have some solutions that has international bearing, and as a marketing and a PR exercise, it's been very valuable for us on that level. As a fundraising exercise, not really, definitely not in-world, but again, the relationships that we created has opened some doors to us, and we have excellent opportunities with some corporates that are coming on board and that are looking at what we do.
Wonderful.
For our real-world programs, which is exciting.
Real-world programs that have come out of the Second Life work. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Great.
No, what I'm saying is we've got real-world programs, which is our aims to be in Second Life are twofold. One, to create the African culture and the African content and to synergize that, which you've seen a lot at Virtual Africa. But the most important one is to create an interest around what we're doing in real world, which is our poverty eradication, our community engagement, research work, enterprise development, infrastructure development, and those things are the ones that are attracting attention at the moment. So that's very exciting.
Oh, great. Excellent. Well, question number 3, measurement. What are the metrics you're using to evaluate your Second Life initiative?
Look, I think it's very much a learning process for us. When we came in, we didn't, to be honest with you, we didn't know a lot about metrics and actually be able to know how we're going to measure it, but we were sure that we had to look at an increase in traffic. We were very sure about that. So we identified a good partner in Hippo Technologies, which could do that for us. And then we also measure the impact of what we do by expression of interest from people and individuals, corporates, via email and contacts, some donations. The press and has been the most important measurement for us is the increase in press, and then some anecdotal feedback that we're getting from people as well as to how we've impacted on their lives. So we capture most of that and keep a good record of it on an almost daily, weekly basis. Specifically traffic to our website, to just go back to the first point, websites and in-world traffic. So there's definitely been a huge jump in the hits we get on our websites, and then also we had about 2,000 visitors just in the few weeks that we've launched now per sim. So we're getting a lot of interest from that.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Well, question number 4, worthwhile. Bottom line, is it worth being in Second Life?
I said absolutely when I wrote it, and then in retrospect I thought it's painful and worth it. So it's absolutely worth it, but you have to be ready for the pain that goes with it. You have to realize that because it's cutting edge, it's also bleeding edge, and there is some sacrifice that you make at a professional and a personal level. So yes, it's worth it, but don't underestimate the corporate pain that goes with it.
That's a good, honest answer. That hot seat is working. Question number 5, final question, time. How much longer do you plan to be in Second Life?
We are quite frustrated at the moment with the technical problems of Second Life. So I think so. As long as we can realistically afford to be here is the appropriate answer. But there are things that frustrate us a lot around the technicalities and the crashing and things like that. So I think yes, we'll be here as long as we can be here. But it is costly for us. And we haven't broken even at all at this stage. At this stage, it's costing us on a monthly basis to be here. So we haven't really discovered the recipe yet. And I think we can learn from other NGOs in that regard.
Right. Well, I also think everyone can learn from everyone else. And a show like Real Biz is here to share what companies and nonprofit organizations are doing, what works, what doesn't work. Again, as you said, we're not just on the cutting edge, we are on the bleeding edge. So how can we make that work for what we're trying to accomplish, whether it is to sell a product or whether it is to educate about an important issue? So with that, I thank you for sitting in the hot seat. Thanks to Dorette Steenkamp of Uthango Social Investments for the tour of Virtual Africa and Robben Island Sim, and also for getting real in our hot seat. In a way I think that most guests would not be doing. I appreciate your honesty and openness. This is Cybergirl O for Real Biz and SL. See you next time.